Floyd is broke.
Get the fuck out of here. Floyd definitely ain't broke.
No, he's broke.
So how do you go from being a billionaire to broke? Floyd Mayweather is now being charged with felony fraud after allegedly writing a fraudulent check for $200K. Check this out.
Floyd Mayweather is facing 2 felony charges for allegedly writing a $200,000 bad check to buy a luxury watch. Court records show the boxer was charged in April with theft as well as drawing and passing a check without sufficient funds with the intent to defraud. Prosecutors alleged that in 2024, Mayweather wrote the check to a designer resale store in Las Vegas, despite not having enough funds in his Wells Fargo bank account. Mayweather's attorney and representatives did not immediately return the Associated Press request for comment. The case is scheduled for a hearing in September.
Guys, so Floyd Mayweather walks into your jewelry store, right, and writes you a check. You're not going to question it, are you? You're just going to think, it's Floyd Mayweather. He's one of the biggest stars in the world, or boxing champions in the world. He's worth billions of dollars, all right? And he wrote me a check for a measly little, tiny little $200K, right? You're just going to think that, yeah, I'm going to cash this check. I'm going to get my $200K. You're not going to think that he's going to write you a fake check or a fraud check. And it seems like, allegedly, this is what's happened, guys. That is crazy.
2013, it said that Floyd Mayweather will never, ever go broke. And a potential $100 million payday was kind of getting him gassed up at the time, okay? So it's just so weird. Like, I'm going to recap some of the dialogue around Floyd Mayweather over the years.
So anyone would think that Floyd Mayweather wouldn't go broke, okay? He would never be broke because he's worth $1 billion. He makes hundreds of $millions. He's got properties all over the place. He could literally have a fight just like that anytime he wants. But I think with his whole, the scandals around his IRS tax bills and, all of these other things that have popped up about him owing people money all the time and things like that, I think he's just trying to keep up with the lifestyle. And keeping up with the lifestyle has cost him a lot. It's probably cost him everything at this point.
Floyd Mayweather is back in some trouble financially, and this time he is facing felony charges, and 50 Cent is offering to help him. If you haven't been keeping up, Floyd has been facing an astronomical amount of financial issues, from one of his private jets being written off as someone else's and stolen from him, to watches being loaned, to take out another loan, to him not reading his contracts and people, basically stealing from him without him realizing, to him blaming companies not paying him. And now, just recently, Floyd has been hit with 2 felonies for writing a fraudulent check.
So this article was published yesterday. Boxer Floyd Mayweather is facing 2 felony charges alleging theft and intent to defraud by passing a bad check to purchase a $200,000 watch in Las Vegas, according to Nevada court records. Mayweather was not present for Clark County Court hearing on Monday and was instead represented by his counsel. His official charges are theft, value $100,000 or greater, and draw or pass check with intent to defraud. Now, I don't understand why. If he's not broke, I don't understand why he would do this, right? Why would he go and try and get out of AP and write a man a fake check? Surely you're going to know that the check is going to bounce. Or you're just on some ghetto thing and you just it's like, I'm just going to rob him, just rags, right? Because some people do that. Even though they become rich and they become celebrity, they still have that ghetto mentality. Floyd Mayweather has been in the public eye and has been worth hundreds of millions for many years now. So I wouldn't expect this kind of behavior from him. The Clark County prosecutors filed an initial criminal complaint on April 27th, according to court records obtained by ESPN, followed 3 days later by a court order that Mayweather appeared before a judge. Monday's appearance by his attorney apparently fulfilled that order. The complaint alleges that Mayweather wrote a $200K check from a Wells Fargo bank account to Gold and Beyond, a high-end Las Vegas resale boutique, on December 31st, 2024. All right, so this goes back a few years. So this isn't recent. So he's probably owed them this money for ages, right? Let's carry on. The complaint alleges Mayweather wrote the check when he had insufficient money, property, or credit in the account to pay it in full. So with all of the rumors about Mayweather being broke, right? This just adds fuel to that fire, right? It adds fuel to that narrative. Many people think that he will never go broke, right? But it doesn't really matter how much money you have, right? If you spend recklessly and you don't look after the pennies, the pounds don't look after themselves, and you can end up broke. This should be a lesson to all of those people that get into sport, football, boxing, and all those sorts of things, and they don't get a financial advisor. So it says the reason for the delay is that my guy trusted Mayweather and was trying to give him every opportunity to make good on that. And it's been 2 years, guys. Cook said, it got to the point where he wasn't getting responses and wasn't getting money for a watch that Mayweather had worked for well over a year. Cook said his client didn't want to press charges against Mayweather in hopes of resolving the issue. Cook said his client attempted to go through every avenue possible, but it got ignored. Neither Mayweather's attorney nor the Clark County District Attorney's Office were immediately available for comment. It is the latest in a litany of legal woes for Mayweather. So Mayweather's got a habit of doing this, right? He's got a habit of, not paying or owing people money, and some rich people, they do that because they know that they can pay it and they just take the mick, or they just get carried away. But to get carried away for 2 years is a bit mad. All right, guys, it is a bit mad, and I would suggest that he's done it on purpose. And when we look at this next bit, you'll see that this isn't the only time that this has happened. Okay, so plaintiffs in separate civil cases in at least 4 states allege that Mayweather owes them money. The Internal Revenue Service has a tax lien of more than $7.2 million levied against Mayweather for unpaid taxes in 2018 and 2023. A Las Vegas area gated community filed a separate lien for over $22,500. You'll think that Mayweather could pay that pretty easy, and he probably still can. The IRS declined comment about Mayweather's lien, saying the agency cannot discuss or release tax information. Mayweather is also the plaintiff in separate suits he brought. Mayweather is also a plaintiff in separate suits he brought earlier this year against Showtime for $340 million and his former business associates for $175 million. He alleged fraud and aiding and abetting breach of fiduciary duty in both civil cases. Mayweather is scheduled to fight kickboxer Mike Zambides in an exhibition on June 27th in Athens, Greece. And, with all of these exhibitions that he's doing, right, this is just, again, more fuel to the fire. Like, why is he doing so many exhibitions? I do understand why he did the exhibition with Conor McGregor, because Conor McGregor is like the poster boy for UFC, and it showcased boxing against his mixed martial arts. Obviously, it wasn't against his mixed martial arts technique, it was a boxing match, but it showcased the superiority of boxing above MMA in terms of striking, right? So, I understand why he did that. He made hundreds of millions of dollars, but then after he fought like some Chinese guy or Japanese, wherever he's from, and now he's doing like an exhibition with his kickboxer. That's just fuel to the fire. Why does he need to take these fights? Like, why put your reputation on the line for such small deal type people, right? And again, he fought Logan Paul. Logan Paul made a video or was on a podcast saying that Mayweather still owes him money for that fight.
No, I didn't make as much money as you'd think fighting Floyd.
Did you get paid from that?
He still owes me $1.5 million. Maybe more.
How does he owe you the money? Why don't you just
Here's what happened. He pre-sold the fight using my likeness to some company in, I think, Dubai or like the Middle East. This is my understanding of it, for $10 million cash. Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million.
So that is just crazy. That's just another, again, more fuel to the fire. Is Mayweather broke? And now we've got these whole fraud charges. It doesn't look good for Floyd Mayweather. It doesn't look good at all.
Story of somebody exposing Floyd Mayweather for basically not having enough funds.
Floyd is broke.
Get the fuck out of here. Floyd definitely ain't broke.
No, he's broke.
Floyd broke. Floyd broke might be. Floyd going low.
No, he's broke. He owes money, bro.
I already talked about this. Floyd went from 1.5 billion to maybe he had 500 million. They call that broke. It ain't broke. He probably still got 10 cars, 10 cribs. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't have
500 million in his bank.
Okay, look, let me show you something right here. These people on Instagram, they went to Floyd Mayweather's gym. He owes 30K. And then they went to his strip. He owes another 30K. They went to his other place. Boom. His Skate Rock City. But look, I like Floyd as a fighter, but he's broke.
Even the boxing community is saying Floyd Mayweather's broke, right? So, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Is he broke? Is he really broke? I did make a small documentary about Mayweather and about how he went from zero or from $1 billion to zero. Go and check that out, guys. It's a very short documentary. I'll leave a card for it somewhere on the screen. If you do go and watch that documentary, please like the video, leave a comment on it as well. And that will make YouTube think, hey, his documentaries are actually all right. With everything going on, his case doesn't look good. And, you know, if you've got the money, just cough up the 200K, pay the man his money. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. He's due in court in September, according to the article. So we'll see how it goes. That's all I've got for you in this video, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the little bell for notifications. And again, go and check out my Floyd Mayweather documentary and leave a like and a comment.